warmly welcome from the ener.CON Europe 2015 in Berlin. I'm here with Mr. Hans Stam from LyondellBasell, and I'm happy for his time to talk about his work and his presentation here.
Thank you.
Thanks. May I ask you to briefly introduce yourself and your job background? What are you doing at LyondellBasell?
Okay, my name is Hans Stam. I work as energy lead for an organization called Global Engineering Services. And my role as energy lead is to provide guidance to the organization for our energy saving programs.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to figure out how we can work with around 38 sites to have energy saving initiatives in place and continuously fill our pipeline with energy saving projects. That's my job. Yeah.
You do a presentation about LyondellBasell's back to basics strategy to save energy.
Yeah.
Can you explain your strategy, please?
Yes, of course. LyondellBasell is a pretty young company. It was formed in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through some rough times and we have been kind of reinventing ourselves. And at that time, our CEO came with our strategy called Back to Basics through Everyday Excellence. And basically that consists of several elements that talk about operational excellence, that talk about cost reduction, being focused on capital discipline, make sure that we spend our money wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Another element is around the performance culture. So with our people, we try to achieve the best results that we can get by setting targets and goals. Another element of our back to basics strategy is around technology-driven growth, which is about growing there where we find that we have advantages over our competition. So these 6 elements, they kind of form the basis of all our actions, looking at how can we be, excellence performers every day.
Okay.
And that's called everyday excellence.
Talking about the technologies, do you think that smart automation can help to save energy in production processes?
Automation does help, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And, so we do that a lot. We already have it in place a lot. So yes, it's a very important aspect of what we do.
And do you also use big data?
Not really, I think.
Okay.
Big data to me, as I see it, is data coming from everywhere and nowhere, and trying to analyze that. I think we're not there.
Okay.
No, but I'm not even sure if we'll get there.
What are the main challenges you are facing in your daily energy projects?
My main challenge is to get all the sites working on energy savings. So I work with a network called an energy technical network, and we work with multiple technical networks. In the networks there are people that are not dedicated to, in my case, energy savings. They just spend part-time. But they are specialists, they are experts, and we try to share with each other. So my main challenge is to get that going and make sure that we share ideas and that we get them implemented throughout the company.
Okay, and how do you do that? What is your secret recipe for this?
Well, actually, that was a little bit about my presentation. And being new in the role, last year I started developing the programs around that. I think we have basically now 2 programs that we are about to get rolled out. One is about best practices. How do we make sure that best practices on energy savings are available at all sites, are assessed at sites, and make sure that if we have new ideas that they are shared. And this is what we call our excellence models, where we will share best practices throughout all the sites and do a yearly assessment with the network on where we are and see if we have to improve or not. So that's one part. The other part is about going to sites and look at what is possible at a site to do energy savings. And my personal experience is that the sites know best. Okay. So instead of us coming with a group to a site doing an assessment, we said, no, we're going to first talk to you. We're going to talk about, we're looking for energy savings, but what do you want us to do? So we kind of turn it around and try to have the scope defined by the site itself.
Okay, bottom up.
Bottom up, and that can be anything. It can be a feasibility study, but it can also be implementing a project that's laying on the shelf. It can also be an in-depth review. So it can be anything but the site decides. So that's the 2 basic programs that I'm running.
Okay. What are your energy targets for the next about 5 years?
Energy targets as a company, we do not really have a target to reduce energy. We have a commitment to continuously reduce our energy cost. And that means that we put the programs in place to look for that. Historically, we've done around 2% of our energy use on a yearly basis with implementing energy saving projects. But that's not a hard target. It's more a result of our efforts. And we try, of course, to continue that. So more or less 2%.
What is your first impression about the conference?
It's great. What I like most is that I get new ideas out of it. And also I get a little bit more confident about the stuff that I've been thinking about to implement and see that other companies are struggling with the same issues and trying to get the same things achieved. So for me it's a sanity check on what I'm doing and also getting new inputs for my own program. So really good. Yeah. Really happy to be there.
Okay, cool. I hope to see you next year again here too.
I hope so too. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
For your time.
Thank you. Well,